I had to add that on because obviously what happened on Raw. So yeah,
he surprised me with that. I genuinely had no idea what was coming. He told me something was coming, but I
yeah,
just
there we go.
didn't know what. And yeah,
Yeah. Well, well, first of all, then we'll obviously mention we'll put that one on. Obviously, Chad Gable got shot, as it's known, by
yeah.
the Wyatt sick, as it's known.
Chad Gable literally got shot in the head.
Yeah, but I'm still
That's
laughing at that. Like,
crazy.
yeah. I'm still laughing at that.
And we'll get into it, like
Yeah.
obviously, but like I love how it's just like, oh, I don't know who that is. I don't know who that is. Oh, that's hi Chad Gable. I don't know
Well,
who that is. I don't know who that is.
well, it got
I know,
revealed. It
I know,
was
but like when it's live,
yeah,
you're
carry
like,
on.
who?
No, it got revealed that it was who was it? It was Gunther,
Triple H.
Triple H,
I think I saw Seth in there.
Carmelo was there, Carmelo Hayes.
Well, apparently Carmelo tweeted that it wasn't him
Yeah, no, hang on. There was a
because he's on
list sent down.
SmackDown, so it's got to be Raw guys.
Yeah, no, hang on. There was a list or something sent down. Let me just find it a minute.
While you're getting there, but I just love how it's like, oh, who is that? Who is that? Hi, Chad Gable. Like Chad Gable's like clear as day.
Yeah, because somebody said it was revealed or whatever. I think it's actually come down from Fightful who's mentioned it. Let me see if I can find it again. Hold on. I'm not sure if it was Fightful or if it was somebody else. Obviously, we know who's in there now. Let me just find the post again because I found it earlier on.
Oh, Braun. I think
no. Braun Strowman said he wasn't there because he escaped. He said when all the weird shit went down, he had escaped. Here we go. Right. So the names it says here, the list of targeted names by Wyatt Six at the conclusion of Raw this week is believed to be Chad Gable, obviously as we know,
Yeah.
Carmelo Hayes, Dominic Mysterio, and Gunther.
But why would Carmelo? He's on SmackDown.
I don't know. It said, hang on, it said Chad Gable was actually the only one from these presumed victims who was clearly identified on TV being left for death in the gorilla position. Sources have indicated that the superstars being targeted backstage and those who left the arena before the attacks were chosen as a calculated narrative to the storyline. So apparently the ones that left the arena beforehand or didn't get attacked are part of the storyline. So that would mean then, so that's Braun, that'd be Drew looking at it.
Oh yeah, Drew obviously.
Yeah. Stuff like that. So yes, it'd be names like that. And obviously Jay, because of course he had left and everything as well, didn't he, beforehand? So
yeah, did you see his interview after?
He was like some weird shit went down or something, didn't he?
He's like, listen, I don't want no smoke. If they want the Fireflies back, take them. I don't.
Yeah.
He was like, I don't want to. I don't want to mess with them. He's like,
yeah. Oh my god, I've just seen they've updated Chad. Somebody updated Chad Gable's wiki page. This is on Twitter.
God.
It says Child Edwards Betts, better known as American professional wrestler Chad Gable. He's a four-time tag team champion in WWE. He unfortunately died by gunshot wound. He was killed by a member of the Wyatt Six, most likely Uncle Howdy.
Well, yeah, I would. Yes, WWE fans pay respect to Chad Gable.
Yeah, but no, yeah, it's stupid, but yeah.
But no, his birthday's 4 days before mine.
Is it okay?
That's cool.
Yeah. But yeah, no, yeah, that's that. But we might as well get into it then. So obviously then this weekend we had Clash last weekend we had Clash at the Castle. Bobby's obviously not happy about one of the results, but we'll get into that. So should we start off with it then? So the event opened up with Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles in an I Quit match. It was the longest match of the actual event. It was coming at 27 minutes, apparently. So it was the longest one of the.
Was it really?
Yeah, according to Wiki, it was 27 minutes and 45 seconds. So, yeah, the longest match of the night. Obviously, Cody Rhodes retained after AJ Styles said, "I quit." But it was really weird because AJ Styles went all that, and then he said, "I quit," and Cody held some stairs up to him.
That's what I said. Okay, so cheap plug, but whatever. My review, by the time this goes out, my review will probably it comes out today. When are you putting this up?
Today yet?
Okay. Are you putting it up today in the next 2.5 hours?
Probably not. No.
Okay. So by the time you see this, my video will already be out. So go check it out.
Yeah.
I said the same exact thing. I said it was a pretty solid match, but
Yeah.
AJ is going to get hit by the stairs, and that's what killed. That's what. See, I would have liked it this better. Cody puts AJ on the ground.
Yeah.
Ties him to the ring ropes, whatever. Handcuffs him to the ring ropes, whatever. Puts
Yeah.
a chair around his neck.
Yeah.
Then he raises steps. He's about to crush him. Then AJ, I quit. I'd be like, okay, that was cool.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, how many times have you been hit by the steel steps? Like,
yeah, and the thing is as well is like it's what he could have easily have done. See, is what somebody else pointed out as well. Is he was only handcuffed obviously by one hand to the ropes and that. As Cody was flinging those stairs at him, he could have easily have just slid underneath the ropes or something, or like or ducked down. So really, it should have been something else, like what you said, either down on the ground with a chair on his neck, or it could have been ended a much better way. It was.
Yeah, I don't know what they were really thinking with that one. I don't.
No. I mean, like it's
solid match, but just the ending was a bit of a letdown.
Yeah, because the thing is now as well is it's made AJ look weak. Yeah. In my eyes, it's made AJ look weak by literally turning around and said, "Oh, somebody stood in front of me with some steps in their hand. I'm going to say I quit." That makes you look really, really weak. That one does. So,
like I think about an I Quit match where like, remember when Cena ripped the door off the car and it was about to crush JBL? It's like I quit. It's like, yeah, you don't want to be hit by a car door.
No,
I understand that.
Yeah. But they could have made it a lot better on that. Maybe do something backstage rather than that. Yeah. Talk about stage and stuff.
And they were backstage for a minute.
Yeah, so I mean, so they could have at least no, but I mean, like they could have gone backstage and done something again, like a car shot, or using a car or something like that, or I don't know, something something about that they could have done. But
there's something crazy, like I don't know.
It didn't make it.
The ending was a bit of a letdown. Cody and AJ put on a really good show. Cody took a beating. Cody's mom was very funny. I thought she was going to get more involved, like
so did I.
Like instead of behind the barricade, but
maybe she jumped. Maybe could have jumped the barricade or something and stood there or whatever, or
maybe not jump it, but walk around.
You never know. She could have jumped it or walk around, something like that. Yeah. Oh well, Mrs. Dad done it.
Who?
Mrs. Dad.
Well. That man was a different breed.
Yeah, but it's the thing, Mrs. Dad done it, so why can't Cody's mum do it? That they're roughly about the same age, I would have thought. So, they're, But no. Right. So that was that match. The shortest match of the night apparently is next, which was the Unholy Union, which is obviously Alba Fyre and Isla Dawn versus Bianca Belair and Jade Cargill, and again then versus Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark for the Women's Tag Team Championships, where the Unholy Union actually defeated everyone else. So we've now got new Women's Tag Team Champions. That was your Scotland. That was your Scottish. Thing change, wasn't it?
I watched the tape. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, obviously Triple H afterwards turned around and said it wasn't a pity one or anything like that. I mean, I don't know. Personally, my own personal thoughts was, and I've heard a lot of other people saying this as well, is it could have been a pity one because of what happened obviously to Alba's mum and that during the week and stuff leading up to it.
I get why people would say that, but also give the girl a break. She lost her mom in a very tragic way.
Yeah.
So if this is a moment for her to be like, hey mom, I did it, I'm okay with it. Would I have predicted it? Absolutely not.
No. I didn't think
they were the third. They were the third team I would have picked in that match.
Yeah, I didn't think Bianca and that was losing. I didn't.
No, neither did I. I was I was watching the match.
Yeah.
And I see Jade's back suplex Shayna. Yeah, Jade's back suplex. Jade back suplexed Shayna.
Yeah.
And then Isla Dawn back suplexed Jade Cargill and went for the pin. I was like, oh, that's weird. Okay, I'll just wait for it to be broken up. Ref counted a 3, and I was like, whoa, okay. And like I said, hometown victory. Alba Fire's had a really, really rough month and a half, whatever it was. Throw her a bone. Good for her.
I mean, I agree. It's obviously like I was just obviously going by what some people that were saying on Twitter and that, but you know what they can be like. But no, I think it was literally it was a reward basically for like how hard they've worked and everything, and sort of
Think about it this way. Would Rey Mysterio have ever won the Rumble if Eddie Guerrero didn't die?
Yeah, good point. Yeah,
probably not.
No.
Did that take anything away from it? No. And I know I'm not comparing Alba Fire and Isla Dawn to Rey Mysterio winning. No. But sometimes, I'm not mad. I like Alba Fire, Kaylee Ray, whatever you want to call her. I like Isla Dawn.
Yeah.
And I mean, are they going to hold these titles long? No. But is there anything really wrong with giving them the home country win? I don't think so.
No, yeah. So that was like I said, that was the shortest match of the night. And then we had the second longest match of the night, which was Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable, with the rest with Otis and Maxine at ringside. Akira Tozawa wasn't there, which I found quite strange.
They mentioned that on Raw.
Yeah, they did. Yeah. I've seen that one. And obviously Sami retains Sami retained the title basically for that one.
One was. I watched it. Fun fact: I watched this pay-per-view out of order.
Yeah.
So obviously, if I knew Alba Fire and Isla Dawn were going to win, I would have been like, maybe they're not giving the hometown victory to Drew McIntyre. But I watched the Drew McIntyre match first because I really, really wanted to know the result.
Yeah.
And I avoided spoilers.
Yeah,
I did. Hey, we'll get to that, but
including the ones of me and his thing, like, oh my god, Dwayne Johnson's just come out and took out Cody Rhodes, and here's
the thing. Here's the thing. Heading into the pay per view the next day, I knew Cody was going to win.
Yeah,
I knew Bayley was going to win. I thought for sure Jade and Bianca were going to win. So
that's
definitely wrong there.
Yeah.
And then I was 50-50 on Gable and Sammy. I was hoping for Gable, but.
Yeah, well, obviously, Gable's never going to get a chance ever again, is he? Now that he's gone.
He would have had to vacate the title. So
So that's a good thing. So maybe it was a good thing that Sammy sort of retained.
Triple H is backstage like, whew, really dodged a bullet on that one. Unintended.
Yeah, but no, it's like.
But solid match though, Gable and Sammy. Both great workers, of course.
Yeah.
Gable is hysterical. He's doing the best work of his career by far. He is not going anywhere. He's locked up to WWE for at least 3 more years, I would think.
Yeah, I think it's because minimum terms now 3, and obviously max is like 5 normally. So
I would say minimum 3 because I thought it was usually 3 or 5. He's clearly not going anywhere. He's doing great work. Just the bully that he is.
Obviously, we know where that's obviously leading to as well now. Obviously, after what happened on Raw,
he is going somewhere. Uncle Howdy is not happy.
No. But I mean, obviously, if somehow he did miraculously survive it, like if there's EMTs in that were on site, then we know what's going to happen because of obviously he's left. Obviously, a bit of a spoiler alert from Raw if people haven't watched it yet, but. Obviously, Otis and that turns on him, so he loses his family. But he's going to be teaming up with 2 new people very soon.
Well, 2 or 3. 2 or 3,
yeah, possibly, yeah.
Isn't Ivy Nile kind of part of the?
Yeah. So that'll also be the Creeds there. So then that I reckon is when he'll start winning the championship. Is when he's got the Creeds behind him. And then, they'll put it with that one there, so it's like a stronger sort of team, really. So they can elevate that team up. That's what I think, personally. Maybe the Creeds win the tag titles as well.
The Creeds are great in ring.
Yeah. So that's my thoughts on that one. Is I reckon they're holding it off until they've teamed up, and then you potentially have the Creeds take the titles off Awesome Truth. So they hold the tag titles at the same time, and then Chad then gets the Intercontinental. somehow.
Our truth is joining the Wyatt Six. So
yeah. So,
he's the sixth.
He's a sick one. So so
Listen,
so that's a.
If the Wyatt Six wasn't so serious, and I'm not bashing it, I'm saying they should be serious. But if they were like a comedy group, it would be awesome if Truth just pops up like, "Yo, what's up, y'all?"
Yeah, what's up, yo? Yeah,
but keep them away. I want the Wyatt Six to be,
yeah. But we'll get into that one because there's a few interesting things that that somebody brought up earlier on that, which I thought I'll put to you and see what you think about it. Right, yes, and then we move on then to the co-main event of the night, which was Bayley versus Piper Nivens, with Chelsea Green and some random Mexican wrestler who came out in a mask who nobody still today knows who it is. I've seen loads of different names flying over, like Chelsea Oro or something like that, and like Lacadona.
That I was cracking up. I hear the crowd going crazy, and I'm like, what is going on? And same outfit, just a mask, and I'm like,
but no, but we still don't know who that is today. It's never been revealed. So
it's true. Chelsea Green confirmed it was not her.
Yeah, it was not her. No, no, it was some random I think it was some random Mexican wrestler in a mask. For that one. But Bayley defeated
Chelsea Verde or whatever. I don't know what they called her. What did they say? What did I say?
I can't remember, but there was one going around saying, "Is it Les Cordona or whatever?"
Yeah. Well, did you see what Dominic tweeted at her?
No. What did
she was like, because of the mask. She was like, He was like, "Are you serious?" And because he hates Ray, and she tweeted back. She goes, "That wasn't me. That was Chelsea Mysterio or something."
Okay.
Chelsea Green Stereo or something. It was something like that. Let me see if I can find it.
Fair enough. Yeah, that was the second shortest match of the night at 13 minutes 30. I don't know why we're going into timings for it, but I normally do now.
At one point Piper almost had it. It was a better match than I expected, to be completely honest with you. Piper hit her finisher, and I was like,
they gave her a good showing because of it.
That's awesome. I don't know if she planned to do that, but
they gave Piper a really good showing, and obviously in her town, which was quite good because then that's sort of the push thing. Did you see the story as well? What Piper somehow said about about how the match came together?
No.
Did you see the thing? Actually. She done an interview, and she turned around and said when they found out that Clash at the Castle was happening, she was building herself up in that backstage, like hyping herself up in that and going, right, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this. And this was even before the match got announced and stuff. And she goes, I was literally ready to walk into Triple H's office and someone I had like this massive great bit like half-hour long spiel and everything to why I deserve the match there and everything. She goes, I literally walked on into Triple H's office. Triple H looked at me and went, don't worry, we're working on it. Basically, even before saying it, like she literally walked into there and just said Clash, and Triple H just turned around and went, "Don't worry, we're working on it." Basically, so she got told.
That's pretty awesome. Chelsea tweeted the other day, "I wonder if we will ever find out who Disco Dora was."
Was it Disco Dora? Yeah.
And then what was the other thing she tweeted? It's loading. I wish. Guess this superstar. Wrong answers only, and it's a picture of Chelsea in the mask.
Yeah.
Where's her Dom tweet? I wish I could find it. My champ. I swear I saw. Come on. I keep talking. I'm gonna find it now. I'm inspired.
Yes, that was that one. Yep, and then we move on into the main event of the evening, which was Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship.
Chelstereo, she said.
Oh, Chelstereo, fair enough.
Oh, because Dominic tweeted at her, "You can do better." #deadbeats.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay, yes. So then we moved on to the main event then, like I was saying, between Damian Priest and Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship, with Judgment Day being barred from ringside, but obviously somebody was not barred from ringside, who we all know about. Now, Bobby said he wants to have a little rant about this one, so over to you, Bobby, about this match then. Actually, no, I'll ask you, how do you feel about that match? How did you feel after watching it? Let's over to Bobby now for this. Prepare yourself, guys.
How did I feel? Awful, terrible, upset. Why did he lose? Why? You could have had Punk versus McIntyre for the belt at SummerSlam. Wait, that doesn't make sense. Gunther needs a match. You could have had McIntyre versus Gunther for the belt at SummerSlam. You could have done Punk and Drew at Bad Blood for probably the World Championship. Gunther didn't need to win it.
Yeah.
Them taking the moment from him in Philly is one thing. It's a funny moment. Priest gets his moment. Cool.
Yeah.
But to wrong him in Scotland for a guy who almost shattered his ankle trying to jump over the top rope.
Yeah.
Shattered his ankle, leg, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
I just don't know when they're going to give it to him. Like this was the time.
Yeah. I personally thought he would have done it anyway as well, because obviously like his wife missed the event because she was rushed in for emergency surgery or something. Yeah. So that was the other thing as well. It's like,
Now, did that play a part in it? I don't know, and I will probably never know.
I mean, that's one of the things I'm thinking of, is maybe they've done that because obviously after Raw, which we'll get into, obviously I think he's taking a bit of time off, maybe to be with her.
He 100% is.
Yeah.
And I can't even, I can't be mad. If he lost the title, sorry, not lost the title. If he lost the chance to win the title because his wife got unfortunately sick or whatever happened, so be it. It wasn't meant to be. The timing was just not there. I can respect that. You got to go be with your family, be with your wife, take care of her.
Yeah.
But if this was always the plan, you wronged my man, Drew.
Yeah.
I just don't. When are you going to give it to him? Like, is he going to win the Rumble next year? I don't.
Well, I'm thinking maybe, and this is something that I've been hearing, is for Mania 41 at the minute, the current plan is that CM Punk is locked into Wrestle Night 1. Now, personally, I think where CM Punk's locked into Wrestle Night 1 because they're giving him that main event match that he never got this year at 40, I'm personally thinking we're getting a triple threat next Mania for
Punk, Seth, Drew.
Punk, Seth, Drew, and then that way, and then Drew defeats both of them for the title. So one of them walks in.
What about Gunther though?
I don't think Gunther's winning the title.
You don't think Gunther's beating Priest?
No.
Dude, he can't lose.
For one main reason.
He can't lose to Priest.
For one main reason.
Why?
He's facing Cody at Bash at Berlin.
How is that going to? He's SmackDown. Or I'm sorry, Gunther's Raw.
Yeah, I know. But he's facing Cody at Bash at Berlin in the main event.
Are we sure about that?
Yep. I'm told it's locked. Now, all I'm told is just shortly after SummerSlam, in relation to that, there's either going to be some trades that'll bring it over. So Gunther will trade to SmackDown after obviously like failing at SummerSlam. Or what they'll do is obviously they'll make it non-canon. So they'll do it as that. The only third option is Gunther does beat Priest and then they do title versus title. Or they just do a champion versus champion match, basically.
Oh God! If they do winner takes all and Cody beats him, I'm gonna cry.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know whether they'll do winner take all, but I mean they could literally just do like what they've done with Logan Paul and that, where it's like one belt's on the line or whatever. So they obviously do it that way. So Gunther challenges Cody in that, and Cody just puts his title on the line or something again. Obviously, then Cody beats him, but Gunther still is champion. Gunther still World Heavyweight Champion, and then maybe like Gunther loses it in the early part of next year, and that, or again they turn Mania 41 Night One into a Fatal 4-Way. You have Gunther, Drew, Seth, and Punk for it. So because one of them is going to have to walk into that event as champion, so that either means that, say like you did have that triple threat, either Punk's going to have to be champ by Mania 41, Drew's going to have to be champ, or Seth's going to have to be champ again. And that's the thing.
And that way you can have Gunther win the Rumble.
Yeah, that's the thing. But I mean, it could be anything. Or the only other option is, which we're thinking of, is Seth beats Priest at Money in the Bank, and then it's then Gunther versus Seth, and instead Seth holds, and then that's what causes it is Gunther takes the loss to Seth rather than thingy.
Maybe.
Right.
I mean,
rather than Priest, because obviously, being beaten by Priest would obviously be more devastating than being beaten by Seth, really. I would say.
Seth being back in the fold is
yeah, but we'll get into that in a bit anyway.
Crazy.
But yeah, we'll get into that one in a bit anyway. But
man, they run my man Drew so many times. This is the third time he has had a moment robbed from him.
Yeah.
All from a guy who literally is made of glass.
Yeah.
And I say that because he hates glass.
Yeah, real glass as well. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I wonder, did he fight Braun Breaker after Braun Breaker did that?
I don't think so, no.
Yeah, he definitely wouldn't.
No, he wouldn't touch Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker's bigger than him, so he wouldn't touch him.
I think Punk would die. I think Punk would die.
Yeah, probably. But
no, be like, you using real glass, Punk? Braun Breaker's like, yeah. Okay, no problem. Have a good one, sir.
Okay, bye. Yeah, just okay, bye. But no, but yeah,
not a problem.
No, so yeah, so that was.
I just don't understand.
No, but no, yeah, that was like what we said. It could have been because Drew's wife was on that. Because because this is the weird thing. Leading into the event, myself and several others were told by people at WWE that Drew was walking out as champ. So that's the thing. So it seems like what I heard and what some of the people were saying as well is that an audible was called. So it does seem like it could have been because of his wife. You know, it could have basically been because of his wife or whatever, or it could be a lot more serious than what we thought. To why she's in for, because they never actually revealed what she got rushed in for, did they? For it. So that's the thing. But yeah, overall, I think the show was decent. Obviously, that ending, then that way. Obviously, then we had the press conference afterwards as well, where Punk revealed that he was missing Raw, but he's going to be on SmackDown this coming week.
And the draft just doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah, but when you see him Punk, you can just bloody show up anyway, can't you? Really?
Well, yeah, of course.
That's the thing is, who's going to turn around and say to CM Punk, no, you're not showing up on SmackDown?
Well, yeah, of course. But
because that's the thing. It's like, that's the thing, because even on the press conference, he turned around and said, I've always been a guy who's always said stuff that I'm not meant to, so I'm just going to say this anyway. I'm not showing up to Raw on Monday. I'm going to be on SmackDown because nobody mentioned anything about that one. So,
was Drew on the
no
media scrum?
No.
So Punk definitely replaced Drew.
Yeah,
because Punk was a last minute ad, they said, and there's no shot Drew wouldn't have done it.
No, but Priest was obviously on there. So Priest was on there, and he was obviously saying about like. How he was like the best one and stuff, and even injured, like he was really playing on that injury. Even injured in that he managed to beat Drew and that, and
so yeah, Drew most likely did his thing, got on a plane and went right back to the United States.
Yeah,
it's looking like that.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. Yeah, because they mentioned and said as well, because obviously he played on it as well, where he deleted his Twitter account and everything. So it could have been that. Yeah, so it could have literally been that he's out now for a little bit of time now to like he deleted his Twitter account after Monday night after he turned around and said that he quit. But
I'd say the earliest he's coming back is the night after, 2 nights after the Money in the Bank.
Do you reckon so?
I think that's the earliest.
Yeah.
Could he not come back till the night of SummerSlam? Sure. I'm not gonna.
I mean, I have a theory on this. I think Punk's going to be cleared in time for SummerSlam.
Of course.
Punk's going to have a match at SummerSlam. Drew's going to interfere in that match.
See, I think
loss.
See, I think it's maybe you do Punk versus Priest at SummerSlam. Wait, no, you can't.
No, you can't.
Punk. It's Gunther versus Priest.
I mean, unless obviously Punk just faces somebody else. I don't know, Punk will be somehow involved with SummerSlam, so maybe even commentary. So maybe he's sat on commentary for a match, and then Drew comes out the crowd and attacks him, or something.
I think they do Punk versus Drew at SummerSlam.
You reckon so?
I mean, we have a month and a half till SummerSlam, pretty much.
Drew could come back at Money in the Bank, like what we said, or just like what you said, 2 nights after Money in the Bank or whatever, couldn't it?
We don't know what the wife had surgery on.
No.
It could have been her appendix. It could have been something. We just don't know.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, hopefully it's something that she's okay, of course, but we just don't know, you know?
But yeah, it could have been literally anything, but no, it's it's cool. So that was Clash at the Castle. Overall, it's a good pay-per-view. Obviously, people were let down with the whole Drew McIntyre thing.
Very
let down. Bobby was literally raging the next day when he spoke to me. He was like, So yeah, for that one.
I watched that match at like 1 a.m. my time. I was exhausted, and I was like, he didn't even win. It wasn't even worth it.
Yep.
Wasn't even worth it to stay up.
No, so that was that. And then we've done a couple of other good things this week just gone. So let's get into that. But first of all, I need to go and badly cough a minute. So I'm going to quick mute. So you carry on talking. I'll be back in a couple of minutes once I've sort of coughed my guts up a little bit. So
sounds good.
Yep.
I hate Damian Priest. Really hate CM Punk. Can't stand him. When he slid in the ring, I saw those Jordans and I said, "Oh, yay." I was really hoping Drew would overcome both of them, but it didn't work. And now we're back to square one with Drew. I think it's going to be Punk versus Drew at SummerSlam, personally. It's got to be something, though. It can't just be a one-on-one match. Hell in a Cell, I saw speculated. I don't know if you can do an I Quit match for this. No Holds Barred, maybe. Last Man Standing. I think I'd rather the Cell. That makes it personal.
I'm back.
Keep them in play. Yeah.
Right, what were we talking about?
I was saying if CM Punk and Drew face at SummerSlam, like what kind of match it should be.
Yeah,
it can't be a one-on-one generic normal.
Do you know what I can say? No.
Well, this is a personal thing.
Yeah.
You got to make it No Holds Barred or Last Man Standing or Hell in a Cell something.
Punk somehow made it quite clear that that his first match back will not be a Hell in a Cell. He said that because somebody asked him at the media scrum.
Right? Well, I mean, you got to do something because like you have to like a one-on-one wrestling match for CM Punk is probably not the way to go.
No,
if you can take away just the technicality of it and just let him brawl, he'll maybe be okay. Here's the thing with CM Punk, and you CM Punk fans are not going to like this, but it's the God's honest truth. And I've even told this to a few CM Punk fans, and they said, "Yeah, you're right. You can't book CM Punk into the future.
No,
you just can't. You have to book him one match at a time.
Yeah,
he's injury prone, folks. It's just I'm not taking a shot at the guy, but he's had 3 major injuries in 2 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't book him into the future. You got to do one at a time.
No. Yeah. So I mean, as you call him as well, Fragile Phil. So
Fragile Phil. Yeah.
Phil,
He's injury prone. He broke his foot jumping into a crowd. He brawled with the Young Bucks and tore his tricep allegedly.
Yeah.
It's just he got injured doing a generic spot in the Rumble. The Rumble is when you come back and you're supposed to be okay. But it's like
it's just it's but it'll be yeah, it'll be fine and stuff. But I mean, I don't really know what they're going to do. The only way which they can do it really is a tag match. But then who would tag on each side is the question. Like, who would team up with CM Punk and who would team up with Drew?
Yeah,
Really,
Drew. I mean, you could do Drew and Sheamus, but like I feel like you have to get this one-on-one Drew and Punk.
Yeah, but what I'm thinking is obviously like because of course it'd be CM Punk's first match back after quite a major injury. Is that they have him in a tag match for the first match back, and then they gradually then work on it for that way. Like of course what they did at Mania 41. If you think about it, where the Rock's first match back was that tag match, and even that he managed to basically work most of the bloody match, and he'd done a good 30-odd minutes or whatever of the match, which nobody thought he was going to do. Everyone thought he was going to be gassed after about 20 seconds, but this is what I'm thinking is, but CM Punk is a lot more injury prone than what Dwayne is. Well, I don't know actually because Dwayne got quite injured, then he got filming a bloody movie.
Well, yeah.
So I mean, personally, to me, the thing that would make sense is possibly a tag match at SummerSlam just to ease Punk back into it. And then you then build up into that one-on-one match, which then you can either then have at Survivor Series or something like that, really. But, I mean, they could just go straight in with it and could literally just do a one-on-one at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
But I don't know how they'll do it, really. Sort of do it that way. Make sure he doesn't get physical leading up to SummerSlam. And I guess then he's going in sort of 100%.
Yeah.
See what he can do and sort of take it from that. That's the only thing which they can do is not put storyline in something like Drew and Punk aren't allowed to touch each other before SummerSlam.
Because God forbid he does something and gets injured again. It's like
then it's that because that's really the only way which they can kind of do it is that they basically go ahead and set it up that they're not allowed to touch each other. Like maybe that maybe that they don't turn around and say that they're not allowed to that Pierce turns around and says, we're not allowed to do that from there, really. You're not allowed to touch each other, otherwise neither of you will get this match, which you really want. That's the easiest thing, I would have thought. But yeah, that's the best thing there. Right, well, yeah. Since I'm back now anyway, then we might as well get into it. So, was there anything else you wanted to bring up on Clash at Castle for a minute?
I hated everything about it. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Right, so we went in. So then we then got Monday Night Raw. We need to cover. We don't normally cover these, but we will get into it because it was a big event. So Monday Night Raw. Before we get into that one, then we started the show with quite a bit of a surprise, which was the. Yeah, that's correct. So obviously,
It took me a minute, and I was like, "Oh, Seth Rollins." Well,
this is the thing. Like, we were talking to that during the show, and Bobby literally messaged me like, "What the fuck?"
Basically, I was like, "What?" I'm like,
"What?"
And then in my head, I'm like, "All right, he's back. Just to cut a promo, give us an update how he's doing. Maybe he's there to support Bo Dallas." Spoiler alert. And that group, I was like, "Oh, cool." But then he's like, "Oh, maybe I'll enter Money in the Bank," and I'm like,
"Yeah, you were messaging me like, surely not. Surely he's not going to."
Like, you just had knee surgery, did you not?
Yeah.
And apparently, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he just had. Was it knee surgery and back surgery, or was it just knee surgery?
It couldn't have been both. Well, who knows? Maybe it was both.
But the main reason why he was meant to be off ball was because of his back and his back surgery and stuff.
Well, he worked through the back for years, though.
Yeah.
I think it was mainly the knee.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's back. That's all I know.
Yeah, so he's back, and he's announced that at Money in the Bank, rather than entering the Money in the Bank match, he's having a one-on-one match with Damian Priest for the title. Now, do you think they're going to pull it and have Seth walk out of the event as champ, really? What do you think? Personally?
I was all gung-ho on Gunther winning.
Yeah.
But now, Seth being back into play changes everything. It does.
Yeah.
You made a valid point. I can't even lie. Maybe Seth beats Priest, and then Seth beats Gunther. Gunther losing to Seth is not a problem.
Yeah.
But it's like, huh. I mean, would I be mad at Rollins holding the world title again? Absolutely not.
Well, that's the thing, is like, because he only really lost it at Mania due to that, obviously, due to Drew first of all and the cash in. And I mean,
well, I think he was losing that Mania regardless.
Yeah,
but.
because of the injury and stuff that he needed to go off for. But personally, I think putting the belt back on Seth would further the storyline, because in that way, then you can then again have possibly then Punk feuding with Seth as well at some point, and then Drew coming back and feuding with Seth as well to continue that on. Because at the end of the day, they never actually had a conclusion to that, did they? Drew beat Seth for that title, and then
we thought Seth was going away for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Little did we know.
No, little did we know that one. Yeah, so I think they're going to pull off the surprise victory, and Seth's going to walk out of Money in the Bank as champion, and that's then how they're going to do it. Where, like what I said, Gunther losing to Seth won't be that bad, because then obviously then, rather than say Damian Priest, which you could really turn around and say is kind of a transitional sort of higher mid card champion, really. Losing to someone like Seth, who's really main event, has been main eventing for years and stuff, is sort of seen as sort of one of the top guys. Taking a loss to Seth won't be half as bad as taking a loss to Damian Priest. That's the thing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, when you put it that way, it's like, yeah, I can't argue that.
Yeah, that's the thing. See, that's the way which I can see it. But if they do keep that title on Priest, and then Priest beats Gunther at SummerSlam,
that's what I'm saying. It's like, how long is Gunther going to run with it? I mean, how long is Priest going to run with this?
Yeah, no, I think they're going to pull off the upset victory in Canada and have Steph beat. That whole thing of Steph Steph lost the title due to injury. Seth was injured in that he came back. His first match back, he beat Damian Priest basically for it. That could be the thing for it.
That's crazy.
And then possibly the only way which I can see it, if they wanted to do a bigger match, or again they didn't really want Gunther taking the loss to Seth, is they then have whoever the Money in the Bank holder is cash in on Seth at the event,
which would be
where at the minute is scheduled down as Jey Uso.
So yeah.
So, but I've heard a little scenario around that one, which might happen. So, which could even further another storyline as well for it. But we won't get into that one yet. But that could be quite interesting. It's a match which everyone wants, and I reckon if they done what they were going to do, like one of those plans which I heard, then it could it could be quite exciting.
Interesting.
Yeah. So and then the rest of Raw, sort of, we just had that thing. Obviously, we had Otis turn on Gable finally. We've already addressed this earlier on in the stream, where they've now left. And then we had, obviously, Jey Uso won his qualifying match for the men's Money in the Bank, so he's the first one qualified through. And Io Sky won the female one to be the first woman in there as well. I believe looking at it, it's a 6-person ladder match, so 6 men, 6 women it'll be. Looking at the graphic
from each brand.
Yeah. Obviously more qualifying matches coming up on SmackDown, and then obviously the next week and everything as well. And then of course the event ended up with the Uncle Howdy faction and coming out, right at the end after Jey had won, after Jey had scarred, avoided it. Literally killing everyone backstage. Well, a few people. Bronson Reed apparently wasn't in Gorilla, so he didn't get attacked.
It was awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. Yeah, it was. Yeah, I mean, technically, I have got the full 5-minute entrance video here for him, but I mean, we didn't know whether we wanted to play it or whatever. Because I mean, I have got the entrance here, but if people do want to see it, I can easily post it on Twitter again. But I do believe I read somewhere it's the highest viewed video at the moment on YouTube that's been viewed or whatever.
Probably.
Or the highest viewed video this week.
I was really, really praying that they were going to show up last night. I'm sorry, 2 nights ago.
Monday night,
on Monday night. And I was like, if this doesn't happen, I'm kind of checked out from it, because it's like they've been doing this for way too long. But the main event ended like 10 minutes before Raw went off the air. I'm like, oh,
someone's
here
coming.
we
Yeah,
go.
yeah. And then then of course the lights went out, and then the door came out. That was a nice touch actually. Them using Bray's door and the lantern, and also as well, if you notice the music and that it was the thing from Shatter, wasn't it? Well, they should stick with the music. I think they should stick with Shatter. Yeah, use Shatter because that was obviously Bray's last thing, wasn't it? Really, and he said the music meant a lot to him as well because it was that whole "Die for Me, Brother" and stuff like that. So it could be like
they should definitely keep the music. Any way they could honor him, definitely do it.
Obviously have Howdy carry the lantern and everything like that really for it. So yeah, that's the way forward. I reckon is that one.
And now, I've met Bo Dallas. I met him at a bar. He had every right to punch me in the face. Very nice guy. So I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
I've met Rowan. Rowan wanted to kill me. That's another story for another time.
Yeah. Obviously, then one of the then here's something. Then I want to see what your take on this one is. Somebody, I can't remember what I've seen it, but somebody actually asked this question: was how do you think logistically it's going to work with them wrestling? Like, do you think they're going to do it as a whole Fiend thing where they wrestle in those masks, or do you think they're going to take the masks off to wrestle? Or I've seen somebody else come in and say, do you reckon they could literally just be this group where they never actually wrestle? They just attack people.
I don't think they're going to wrestle for a while. I don't think they're going to wrestle for a while to start, but eventually, I mean, we all have we know who they are.
Yeah.
I feel like they can get away with it,
Yeah, like I'm masking and stuff, but like.
Yeah, it's not like it's like, oh my God, Uncle Howdy is Bo Dallas. Like, no, we know that. Joe Gacy, come on.
I think realistically, the only one who could wrestle still masked is Bo because of the mask. But like, if you think about it, you ain't gonna be able to have Joe Gacy wrestling in that pig mask, are you? And stuff, and
Rowan, same thing.
Yeah, Rowan, same thing. That you ain't gonna be able to have them wrestling in those masks, and like the Mercy the Buzzard one as well. You ain't gonna be able to have them wrestling in that. So if they are gonna wrestle, they're either gonna have to have smaller masks like what Bray used to wear, or like what Howdy wears now, and that like a smaller version of it, or like faces painted or something like that, or sort of things like that. If they're gonna do it that way, or obviously they just take the masks off and they're done that way. Because if you notice as well, Loomis has grown his beard out. So Loomis
he
full beard now as well.
A little different,
yeah. So he's So I mean, unless they're obviously doing that way, so then they all obviously don't have like the big beards, obviously except for Nikki Cross.
Well, I think she could grow one. One man's opinion.
Because obviously that's the thing as well. Nikki can wrestle in what in the mask that she wears, because of course hers is just face paint. Looking at it, so face paint and stuff like that. So Nikki can definitely wrestle in that, and Howdy can as well. But the weird thing is as well, I don't know if you noticed, but have you seen Nikki's Twitter after they got introduced? She introduced everyone to her family, not Bo's or Howdy. She came out and said, I want to welcome everyone to my family. So could they be having it as that the Abby character basically is like the sort of like leader sort of one alongside Howdy? Because then if you think about it, then they've then got a female lead. Then is that like when it was obviously Alexa before, when they had that whole thing where Alexa was sort of like controlling Howdy and stuff. So I mean, it could kind of be that. And maybe Nikki maybe they bring it in as obviously Abigail, the witch, managed to bring Howdy back, and maybe they do it that way. I don't know. But yeah, quite a few interesting things there. But how do you think then they're going to do it? Really, do you think they're just going to sort of go that way?
I think Howdy's the leader for sure because it's Bray's real life brother. I think it's just saying like it's her family, like not like she runs it, but this is her new family,
Yeah.
I think you got to keep Bo running the show. For
obviously,
sure.
Yeah, definitely, I agree with him. But yeah, I mean, like
if there's a guy to do it, it's him.
Yeah. So do you think then they obviously then? So you don't think then they're going to wrestle for a little while, and then possibly then when they do, they take the masks off and obviously wrestle that way, or?
I think they're just going to raise hell for a little while, then eventually wrestle, and then probably job to Goldberg. I don't know.
Probably, yeah. Could you see them on both brands, do you think? Or do you reckon they're just Raw exclusive? That's the thing.
Maybe this Friday they show up. Maybe. But I mean, did Retribution do both shows? They did, right?
They did, yeah.
For a little while?
Yeah. I mean, the only other way which they can really do it, if they want to try and keep it that way, is they sort of do Raw and then the pay-per-views, because of course the pay-per-views are obviously cross-branded. So that could be the other way, is they come out on like pay-per-views and stuff. Because in that way, then that would make sense rather than people turning around and saying like, why is a Raw group on SmackDown all the time? You know, sort of why they're attacking SmackDown styles and stuff. So that's the thing. But yeah, okay, then right. So then one of the last questions then in relation to that, who do you want to see being their first target? Obviously outside of Chad Gable, rest in peace. You know.
Yeah, I was about to say, you mean their second target?
Okay, so they're so second target, Mike.
The first one the first target, maybe they let walk out breathing.
Yeah, but no, yeah.
I mean, Jey Uso would be an easy one.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure if it's leading to that. So if I can't say Jey Uso, I mean, he's on SmackDown. He's kind of doing his own thing.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, I had an interesting theory. I had an interesting theory behind it and that. But yeah, I'll see. Anyone else that you can think of, really?
I'm trying to think on Raw. Who you can't really go after Braun Breaker. That's too big of a boy.
No.
Braun Strowman would be an interesting one.
Possibly, yeah.
The history is there.
Yeah. What
are you thinking?
Right, well, my theory is then, right, originally scheduled for this Monday night just gone, they had Cross versus Xavier Woods advertised, and they pulled that match and they moved it to next week. Now,
that was supposed to happen.
Now that the Howdy faction is now that Wyatt Sick has debuted.
Yeah, Wyatt Sick,
yeah. Do they now attack Cross next week? And then you got to think the amount they've got in there. There's what, 4 males, 1 females, isn't there? If you think about it, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay. I see what you're doing.
They could then go against Cross's faction, obviously, and do it that way because then you've then got Cross, AOP. So that's 3 in there. Who else you got in there? You got Cross, AOP.
Well, Eller.
I mean, they won't touch. He's too old for that to be able to take him bumps.
And then Scarlett can get taken out.
Scarlett can get taken out as well, and stuff like that.
You could just have them beat them down 4-on-3.
So that's the thing is, so
it's not like the Wyatt Sick is playing by the rules, you know.
So I mean, so that's the thing is like, so that's what I think is they would have moved that match for a reason. Now, obviously, now that they've debuted this week, and Cross and that wasn't there, and neither was the New Day there. So maybe then they target them next week, as you know. So they target Cross's faction because Cross has always said he wanted to work with Bray in some capacity. Now, obviously, he can't work with Bray anymore.
Oh yeah.
So maybe now they put that one over and they have that as, as the first feud with them there really with So you then have Cross's new faction versus Uncle Howdy's new group, and you sort of do it that way. That's my thoughts, is that there would have been a reason why they pulled that match last minute. And obviously moving it now to next week, I have a feeling maybe Cross gets attacked. No.
I mean, maybe it could have just been, hey, like, we need time for this.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
No. But I mean, like, it's... To me, it just... when something like... You just have something in the back of your head just saying, I think... that there's a reason behind this. It's just I've just got a little niggling feeling that maybe they moved the match due to that reason.
It's possible. I'm definitely not ruling it out.
No, because like I did say, because like I said, because obviously Cross did turn around and say he originally wanted to work with Bray, so that's so that's obviously that one there. So that's what I was thinking really. But so that was obviously Raw. Quick recap through that one. So what did you think of Raw in the end? Did you watch it all or?
Start off with a banger.
Yeah.
It ended with a banger. Drew McIntyre quit.
Yeah.
I was thrown off when I heard him say, "You know what? Screw this. I quit." I'm like, "Wait,
Yeah. Obviously.
He's going to AEW.
Well, that's what Twitter is. That's what the stupid people on Twitter are like. He's going to AEW. It's like, did you not see he signed a new contract literally weeks ago?
Anybody who like is aware of what's going on with his wife can figure it out,
Yeah,
and so some people texted me. They were like, "Drew, And I said, you know why they're doing this, right? And they had no idea. And I explained it to them. They're like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
To be fair, I had people in the DMs as well saying, "Has Drew it's like, is this storyline or is this real?" It's like, well, it's blatantly storyline.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, they were just making fun of me. They're like, "Oh, ha ha ha," and I explained to them. They were like, "Oh, okay, it makes sense why he's leaving."
It does, obviously, because of his wife and stuff like that. So so that was that one. So that was Raw. It was a pretty good show. Obviously, we'll just do a quick recap through of NXT. Now, one of the things we do need to talk about is obviously the show opened up with the 25-man battle royale.
Yep. I really thought Ricky Starks was showing up.
So did I, but
really did.
Unless he's going main roster. That's the thing. He could be going main roster.
Maybe to be with Cody. It's possible.
Yeah, because Cody has been teasing for a while that he wants a faction. So, I mean, Ricky could be part of his faction, really. You know, another bloody faction. But then again, Cody's probably going to need it for when he takes on the bloodline again. So, you know, so especially seeing as obviously he'll have Dwayne and everything like that by that point, like coming back. So obviously, Dwayne will have the bloodline behind him. So Cody's going to need some backup. I'm not really sure what Ricky Starks can do really against The Rock, but it's
it would be like young Rock versus old Rock.
Yeah, I can see just literally in that way, but yeah, so we had the 25-man battle royale, which was eventually won by Javon Evans, wasn't it? It was. Yeah. But there was also this controversy with Ethan Page. Now, one thing I do need to bring up about that battle royale was after weeks of it being teased and weeks of people obviously asking for it, he finally showed up. People said his name enough, and before I obviously explain it, then let's just go to it himself. So obviously you say his name, and he appeared. That pop though was pretty big. To be fair, that's probably like the loudest that I've sort of heard him. But yeah, everyone's been doing it, and like if you actually listen back to it as well, they were singing his entire theme song and that, and obviously he cut that promo on it. And did you see the thing afterwards as well? After the thing on social media?
No.
Oh yeah. Nah. Basically, there was a bit afterwards, which they done where he was with Shawn Michaels backstage, and Joe Hendry took him and basically said, he goes, "This isn't the last you've seen of me. Where I'm Joe Hendry, you simply just say my name and I'll appear anywhere, any show." So obviously, now he's now teasing like main roster thingy. Now,
where were you in Scotland, bud?
He was in Chicago actually at the time filming for TNA, because otherwise he would have been there. Now, somebody brought up an interesting point. Somebody brought up a very interesting point. You know where he obviously turned around and said that, where he could show up at any time.
Yeah.
Someone turned around and said, obviously next week Chad Gable was meant to be in the Money in the Bank ladder match qualifier.
Okay.
No, I said, do you think
it's Gable, Strowman, and Reed? Bronson?
Yeah. No, they turned around and said, now, do you think maybe they took out Gable and Joe Hendry's going to randomly show up and enter the Money in the Bank ladder match qualifying thing, just to get our Monday Night Raw pop? Because they turned around and said that what it seems to be is they were using NXT to like gauge the reactions, like the crowd reactions and stuff.
Yeah.
Or doing obviously.
He got a big pop. He probably would get a big pop from Raw. I don't know.
That's it. I mean, that's obviously not saying that's happening or anything like that. I will put it out there, but I mean, that person made a very interesting point. I can't remember who said it, but they made a very interesting point. Is that could it be that they took Chad Gable out? Obviously, they're needing that space then there, and now they've randomly
if it avoids Gable losing another match, I'm good with it.
Yeah, because obviously that's the thing. It's like Joe Hendry. Obviously, everyone wants him, and that's why people were like, "Do you reckon that's why he didn't last that long in the Battle Royale?" Is that they were literally bringing him out for that pop, see how he got over with the WWE crowd, and then and that's engaging it there. Especially in that little promo, like I said afterwards, which was done on social, where he said that he could literally show up at any time, any place. You literally just say his name, and they have been teasing it on Raw because they have.
That's true. McAfee has said it. Yeah.
Yeah. Say his name and it appears and stuff like that, and also they've had a couple of superstars say it as well. So I personally think we're going to be seeing Joe Hendry appear on the main roster very soon. I do personally, especially on Raw. Maybe not SmackDown, but maybe Raw.
We shall see.
Because the reason as well why I say Raw is because of the whole USA crossover thing, the whole USA Network thing. They would want him, it's closer ties sort of to USA Network and Access TV, really. So,
yeah, true.
And obviously NXT and stuff like that. Normally, if you have somebody appear on NXT, they normally come from Raw mainly. So obviously, so it's that whole sort of crossover thing. So I guess USA Network probably to and said, we want him on Raw as well to obviously get that one up because they know how popular he is and that,
Yeah.
So that's the thing. But yes, we had that. What else happened on NXT? I'm trying to remember. Obviously, you had Lola turn on Roxanne. Was it Lola turn on Roxanne?
No, I think Roxanne turned on Lola.
Oh, yeah, that was Roxanne turned on Lola. So you had that to obviously tease to obviously get the match sorted out for Heatwave in 2 weeks. It's weird. They're going to Canada and the event's called Heatwave. So that's rather strange.
But it is summer. But it would be funny if if they called it like Heatwave in like December.
Yeah.
In Canada. It's like wow.
Yes. AW
does that. I don't know if you know that. They did like Bash at the Beach in January in like Cleveland. It's like nobody's going to the beach in January in Cleveland. It's quite comical. And then they do Winter is Coming in Texas. It's like there's no winter there.
No, there is no winter in Texas. No. So that was that, and then obviously and then we had the main event, then didn't we? Where we had Ethan Page versus Javon Evans.
I thought Ethan Page was losing again. I'm glad he got the win. But I was kind of shocked.
No. So it's still Javon Evans, isn't it? Versus Trick?
As of right now, yes.
As of right now, for Heatwave. So that's in 2 weeks. We'll probably end up doing our predictions for that as well when it comes to it.
It's the same week as Money in the Bank.
Yeah, so that weekend we'll be doing probably a double prediction thingy then, where we'll be doing a Heatwave at the bank. It's the week after, isn't it? I think.
It's not next week. Is it the week after?
I'm not sure.
Hold on. Let me go to the calendar. By the way, you won predictions. You beat.
Cool.
You got 4 right to my 3.
Yeah.
Cool. The difference maker was. Wait. No, I'm sorry. I only got 2 right. I got Cody and Bailey. I picked Bianca and Cargill, Gable and McIntyre. You picked Bianca and Cargill. That was the only one that got wrong. Yeah. Cody, Sammy, Bailey, Priest.
Yeah.
So today, 2 weeks from today.
Yeah.
Will be the day we do the show. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yes, it is. But anyway, that's the stream done today. Anything else you wanted to bring up? Have you got your signs or anything ready or not? Because of course this is
sorry, I'm reading the text. My bad.
Let me
just make sure these are right.
They're both the same right. No, they're both the same way round.
There we go. I did that in my video too. You'll see that.
Yeah, you could subscribe and subscribe if you want to, but
that's true. Yeah. I would never. Well, you can't really subscribe twice.
No, so I mean,
unless you unsubscribe and subscribe, but then we're going back to square one.
Yeah, really. Yeah, that's
not something we want. Yeah.
No. So as per normal, then hit that like button and subscribe on myself. That's at News0 on Twitter or X now, and Zero News on YouTube. And Bobby's Breakdown. It's Bobby's Breakdowns on YouTube and Bobby's Breakdown on Twitter. That's that. I do believe we'll be back next week on either Wednesday or Thursday. We need to sort that one out yet. For our next show. And then the one after that, we'll be doing one of our other quiz shows with Wrestle Buddy on the. Well, I don't know when that's going to get released, but that's at some point next week as well. We are actually filming that, so busy couple of days coming up and a lot of content coming out from ourselves for it. Don't forget to keep tuned in, and we will. Don't forget to check out Bobby's stream as well if you haven't yet checked it out. By the time you watch this video,
by the time this goes up, I believe it will be. Well, all right. Let's prepare for both. If you're watching this before 5 p.m. Eastern today, right now, on June 19th, if you're watching it before. Well, I don't know. If you're watching this, just go watch my channel. Just look for the video. I'm doing a Clash of the Castle review. So
yeah. And that, but yeah, so thank you for tuning in once again today. Have a good week, and we will see you next week. And just before we go, I will end it like all WWE shows classically end. So this is Xero signing out for this week.
And I'm Bobby. We will see y'all next week, hopefully sometime.